So, more weapon tweaks, an area where Dice LA going to be concentrating on for the next weeks or maybe months. If you didn't watch my first weapon balance video, I'll leave a link down below. I do recommend to watch it so you guys can get a good idea on what's going to happen. Basically, it looks like weapons will be getting more recoil and other various nerfs or buffs, and recently there was a patch on CTE that brought in another flood of tweaks. This time around, I think you guys are going to be pretty happy with what's been changed. There's a lot of quality of life improvements to some weapons, especially the shotguns, which is really good to see, but I'll talk more about that later in the video. So first up is muzzle velocities have been increased on a lot of weapons that deserved a higher velocity, like the G36C. It's gone from 550 to 590, which is a nice little increase. I do think this carbine needs some kind of love in some department. Another weapon that clearly deserves an increase is the Scar H. It went from 410 to 500 meters per second, which honestly, it should have had a long time ago. I don't understand why it's been so low since the start of the game. It does make sense for a weapon like the Scar H to have a kind of decent muzzle velocity, and it's also one of my favourite assault rifles, so I'm pretty happy about this. A few other notable tweaks is the L96A1 went from 580 to 630, which I know will make some people happy. I'll leave a list on screen of other muzzle velocity tweaks. Basically, it mainly consists of bolt actions, a few carbines, and LMGs. And just to kind of stay on topic with the bolt actions, the recon class weapons had quite a few interesting tweaks. The FYJS got a buff, its damage drop off has been increased from 110 to 147 meters, which I do agree with. I've always thought that BA needed some kind of improvements in some area, seeing as its minimum damage is 36.6, which means after that 110 meters, you can't one-shot your target in the head. I guess its damage drop-off is being extended is going to help in that department. The CS5 Bolts action, just like the FYJS, needed some kind of tweak. I know its rate of fire is pretty damn quick, but with its slow muzzle velocity and big bullet drop, this keeps the weapon strictly for close to medium range. However, just to help this out a little bit, its bullet drop has gone from minus 9.81 to minus 6, so its bullets won't be affected by gravity as much, and that means it's on par with some of the long-range bolt actions like the SRR61. I know this might sound a little weird for a close-range weapon, but I think it's just a help out for those times where you need to take out a target at medium range, or if you dare long range. With its very low muzzle velocity, it would be extremely difficult. The M40A5, which I know is a fairly popular bolt action, got a nerf actually. Its mag size has been cut in half from 10 rounds to 5, which I'm not entirely sure why they did this, but the CSLR4 and the L96A1 also had the exact same mag size decrease. However, the Scout Elite got the complete opposite. Its mag size is now doubled from 5 rounds to 10. Which is good to see. Also, for an unexpected change, the SR338 got a rate of fire increase from 150 to 200. If you guys remember a while ago in the first weapon balancing patches on CTE, the weapon got a big accuracy increase, and with its rate of fire increase, it's made the weapon more viable. And some other interesting tweaks, the G36C, UMP9, UMP45 and the CZ805 have a new 2-round burst fire mode, which I believe is to match their real life counterpart. Also, the burst fire function on the MTAR has been removed once again to match its real life counterpart. I don't know if many people actually use the MTAR in burst fire mode. If you're one of those people, leave a comment down below, but honestly for me, I don't think I've ever used a weapon in burst fire mode. Also, just a side note, burst fire has been added to the RPK12 and QBB95. I'm not too sure if, like the others, it's because to match its real life version of these weapons, but either way, it's good to see they got some additional functionality. So, shotguns in BF4 have been a little whacked out since release of the game. They can be very inconsistent at times. You might find yourself in a situation 25 meters away from a target, you'll kill them in one shot. Then, with the same setup, you need 2 shells to kill a target only 5 meters away, which leads to some pretty big frustration. It's been proven so many times in the past that pellets seem to spread completely inconsistently, and to fix this problem, the pellet count has been increased. Also, their dispersion has been decreased for more consistent performance. And just to balance out the damage, seen as its pellet count has gone up, its damage for each pellet has gone down, so overall they do the same damage as they previously did. And just to demonstrate this to you guys, I'm standing in the exact same distance from the wall here in the test range comparing to retail BF4 to CTE. I'm using the 870 MCS completely stock, not using the choke or any attachments like that. And as you can see, the pellet spread is a lot more tighter and more consistent. There's still some deviation, but it's still a massive improvement. And on top of that, buckshot damage drop-off has been improved, so they're more deadly at range. Also, pump action slug damage and its drop-off damage has been slightly increased. Also, the frag rounds got a similar increase to damage and increased drop-off damage. Though the choke barrel attachment multiplier has been nerfed just by a little bit to stop the problem of shotguns being more accurate while on the move than standing still. And honestly, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the shotguns in this game, unlike in BF3, I use them quite a lot. Once these tweaks go into retail client, I will definitely be using them a hell of a lot more. So as for other tweaks here and there, the DMR headshot multiplier has been toned down to 2.0 from 2.13, which I don't know why they would do that. I originally thought maybe it's because with some DMRs like the Ace 53 that have a higher upfront damage of 45, with the new headshot multiplier would be a one-shot kill in close range, and hence why they reduced it back down to 2.0. However, that's not the case. Even with a higher multiplier, those DMRs still wouldn't be a one-shot kill to the head. So like I said, I don't know the reason or logic behind this very slight nerf. Also, one change I was pretty happy with, Gunmaster game mode can be played in reverse, so basically pistols will be towards the end, which is exactly how it should be. And like I said in my Gunmaster video, putting the more powerful weapons at the end makes it pretty damn hard for new players joining the game halfway through to compete, and it's more of a skill factor to win the game with weapons that aren't really designed for every situation. Anyway though, that's it for today's video. Make sure to let me know your thoughts about the weapon tweaks. Do you like the shotgun buffs? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.